Podcast. Hi, everyone. It's the I Don't Get a Podcast.
Lauren's apparently showy, like she warned us of this, but I didn't think you were going to be like this. Like you can't look, can't look at us straight.
I know. I can't look at anyone straight. I was...
Who did you go with? Hunter?
Just Hunter.
So when do you get showy?
Okay, because he...
Happy hour?
It was happy hour, and he ordered a dirty martini, and I always have him order a dirty martini first to see if it tastes good, and it did. It tasted really good, so I was like, I'll have one too, and the waitress kind of like thought that we're already ready for another round. So then I got another Prosecco and a martini. So it was like I had to drink 3. And
so you had Hunter's dirty martini, your dirty martini, and your Prosecco.
And my 2 Proseccos.
Oh,
yes.
2 Proseccos.
Yes. So I had 2 Proseccos and a dirty martini. And he was like, after my 1 dirty martini, I was feeling it. So you must be absolutely blottoed.
Wait, he was feeling it?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Ashley, the best part about dirty martinis is you have one and you're already like, woohoo!
Well, Hunter has a high tolerance.
That's what he was saying. He was like, it's embarrassing that after 2 dirty martinis, I'm like tipsy but not drunk. Because you should be drunk after 2.
Confession time, never had a dirty martini.
They're
Wait,
so delicious.
What? That's crazy.
No, because like olives aren't my jam.
Oh, okay,
and
that
it's
makes
just
sense.
it's olive. It's olive juice and vodka.
That's it.
And then like, is there like blue cheese stuffed into
blue cheese olives? Sometimes if it's good, but there's like vermouth too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just delicious.
I get mine extra dirty. I order the filthy dirty martinis.
Filthy?
Yeah, because it's even saltier, Ashley.
Ooh.
And you're basically...
It's so cold.
It's so cold. It's chilled. Some really good dirty martinis come in either a chilled glass or they have little icicles in it. And I love olives. I don't get people who don't like olives. Olives are so
that was my question.
Salty and yummy.
Do you eat olives on the reg? Like you would eat them on a charcuterie board? Because I would have 1 or 2 just to like mix in flavors, but I'm not a real fan of them. And I definitely like green olives more than black olives. Black olives, I'm just totally pass on.
Wait, even if they're in like a Supreme taco or something, like
no, a Supreme on a Supreme piece of pizza, I will have I'll have black olives there too.
Does Supreme mean olives?
No,
I don't know, but that's a good question because it always comes.
I feel like Supreme means like everything. It's like the everything on an everything bagel, and it's like Supreme. If you want a Supreme taco, a Supreme pizza, you have like mushrooms, olives.
Yeah,
the works.
Do you?
That was funny, Lauren. Does Supreme mean olive?
I don't, because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe it does, because the olive's always on it.
So funny. To answer your question, Ashley, I think I do eat olives regularly. I put them in my tuna salad. And every time...
Oh, see, I think that ruins it, but okay.
No, I think olives are like... I honestly feel like olives are so underrated.
I think they could be on anything. I'd be like, ooh,
right? They could be anything. And even when you go to the grocery store, if you have a really great grocery store and they have an olive bar, I always walk by and I'm like, oh my God, I just want all of these in my mouth right now. And I have, well, let me not say that actually.
You have olives right now?
I feel like one time I've copped an olive.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
That's okay.
Just one, though. Just one.
But the olive bar is very appetizing, but I never get it.
It's a charcuterie board bar. That's what it is.
Lauren.
Charcuterie.
I feel like olives are more expensive nuts. You know, like nuts are small, they're round, they're salty. So if you want something small, round, and salty in your mouth, olives are comparable. Obviously, the texture is way different. It's like the texture is slimier and squishier. It's not crunchy. But olives are very, very expensive. Very, very expensive.
But if you want something round and salty in your mouth.
I just picked up on that.
Balls aren't really salty, okay?
Ew.
Yeah,
but
like I guess if they're sweaty, they would be.
I feel like some balls are salty.
Oh, like, you know, I don't know. You know what? I don't touch the balls. I'll be honest. You know what? I don't really do any ballage. I've never really done any ballage. I've never had I'm going to say it right now. Never had a ball in my mouth.
Wow, never had a dirty martini or a ball.
A ball in your mouth.
We're learning
I feel
so
like when I was
much
younger,
today.
I used to have way more balls in my mouth.
I don't know. I don't know where I stand in this conversation.
I can't believe I'm
honestly
having this
can't answer
conversation as my son looks at me elated. Like he's like, yeah,
That's
the
weird.
balls in your mouth.
That's weird.
It is so
Listening
weird.
to you?
But he doesn't know. I feel so weird when I have anything in which like there's cursing or like sexual language in the background. I know that's too early for him to like be picking up on this, but
Right.
still,
You know how-
he's just, you guys, I'm sorry if he's in the background going,
He's just having
No,
a good
it's-
time.
so
he's
cute.
having
We
a
love
great
that
time
he's
with
here.
makeup brushes.
I have a question. You know when you know how dogs can sense kind of what you're talking about when you're talking to them? Not really, but they they can sense tone. Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like Dawson's picking up on your tone these days?
I
Or
think
too young
that he's
still?
actually picking up. I think he's actually picking up on words.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
advanced.
Advanced.
No, I think that's normal. I think it's pretty normal at this
He's
point.
advanced. He's advanced.
He's totally advanced. But like, I really think he knows what kissy means. It's really funny because like kissy, sometimes he like comes forward and like presses his face, like his mouth against us, which is like adorable and seems like he's really trying to kiss us.
Aww.
But high five, like we can't get like high five. He does not comprendo yet. Like he
That seems
I mean,
very
like,
advanced. I
I'll go,
don't even
high five.
when I high
High
five people,
five.
sometimes I don't even like get their hand.
I feel like he doesn't even know where his hand is right now.
Oh, he
Well,
he
so
knows
he's
that
like,
we're
don't make
talking
fun
about
of
it.
me. But I go high five, and then whenever I say that, his face lights up. His big smile, but he has no idea what to do with it.
Oh,
So
that's
cute.
Really cute. But I know this is probably boring to most people, so I'll go back to olives. You know what I don't get?
What a compelling
I was
segue.
being kind of facetious in saying that, but also dead serious. How do olives create olive oil? Because it's a totally different taste.
That's a fantastic question.
How the hell do almonds create almond milk? I don't know. Does anyone
You
know?
know, you said that. Oh yeah, I know how almonds make almond milk. Yeah,
So isn't it the
They just
same
soak
thing then?
No, you just soak. You soak almonds in water. It's basically just like almond water.
And it turns into white milk.
Yeah, yeah.
How many almonds do you have to soak to get 1 carton of almond milk?
This sounds like our weekly Google. How many?
This doesn't sound right.
Almonds.
I'm more
to
weirded out about the
create-
olive oil. Okay,
What?
'Cause
That
it doesn't
makes so much sense.
It doesn't taste like olives at all.
It kind of does. What do you mean? Of course it kind of does.
No, I'm gonna go downstairs and get a whole thing of olive oil and taste it and be like,
It does not taste
nothing.
anything like it.
I think it. I
My
think there's
mom
a
would
little
never
olivey taste
ever
there.
eat an olive, but she downs everything in olive oil.
Yeah. Well,
I
also
love
she
olive
probably
oil.
would like an olive if she tasted it.
She would not
Never
like it. She
have.
wouldn't. You know she wouldn't like an olive. Okay, hold on. I'm getting answers here, guys.
I have a question while you're getting that answer. As a mother, if you don't like something, do you introduce it to your child eventually one day to see if they like it? Or are you just like, well, I don't like olives, so this kid's not tasting olives? How does that work?
I would be. I'd so be into him trying whatever I don't like.
It kind of depends on what kind of mom you are. Because
But
mom would
do you
never
go out
give
of your
us
way? 'Cause
pickles.
right. Like if you don't have olives in your house, Ashley.
Well, like when we're like, ordering, we have a supreme pizza at some pizza party. I'll be like, try this.
An olive pizza, a supreme pizza.
Yeah. Okay, so it says the process of making almond milk. Making almond milk is actually an incredibly old process. We learned about it in culinary school as part of classic French cuisine, but it is made and used long before French transformed it into delicate, I don't know what the word is.
Lauren's face.
The process essentially involves soaking almonds in water overnight or up to 2 days. The longer you soak the almonds, the creamier the milk will be. You drain and rinse the beans.
I guess
Almonds?
they're beans.
The almonds from their soaking water, and then you grind them with fresh water, resulting in liquid drained from the almond meal is almond milk.
Okay, so you soak almonds in water and then you grind them down and then you soak the ground down all almonds into water.
The
into
ground
milk.
down. Wow, we just lost
Ground down.
everybody listening
Oh.
now.
Yeah.
How many almonds go into a cup of almond milk? A cup of almond milk, like your classic glass.
just
It
gonna
says
keep it
almost. It
going.
says 9 almonds. 9.
Wow, that's
Almond milk. almond milk does contain much larger amounts of calcium and vitamin A and D than whole almonds. Interesting.
Look, now let me just say this.
Yeah.
Naz went to the bug juice camp, and we need to discuss this.
Let's
This is way more
transition
important.
to that. Bug juice doesn't come in a jar.
I don't know
Bug
the song.
juice comes from who you are.
Speaking of almond juice, so we're talking about bug juice.
Oh, bug juice. Yeah, my friend Brian and Grant, they got married at Camp Wasiata in Maine. And it was so much fun to have. Like, what a great idea to have a summer camp wedding where they rented out the whole camp. Everybody stayed in the cabins.
It's fun.
And they had like yoga. They had Color Wars kickball the day of their ceremony. Also, like, I was thinking about like men privilege and like how we were all just playing kickball before the ceremony and how like, as a woman, you have to get ready
like, I
the
gotta
day
go
of
put
your
on
wedding.
a suit now.
Like at 5 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so much fun. Like we did bonfires, s'mores, and then a part of the weekend I was really excited to tell you guys about was this tradition they have at Camp Wasiata called a roast and toast. So the night everyone got in, you could sign up and you could either roast the couple or you could toast the couple.
Oh, that's cool.
And I thought, what a funny concept. Like, I would love to do that for my wedding. And I feel like because, I don't know, I think because of the nature of what we do, like talking for a living, I think when you go to weddings, sometimes like people want you to say stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I was Brian and Grant.
Lauren's like, yeah, I just did my first speech.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this. I also did a bridesmaid speech, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Lauren, yours was so good. PowerPoint forever. Okay.
Oh, no, Lauren's done too.
Oh, yeah, you did more? I was like, wait, can we hear about that when I'm done? Actually,
When you're
I
done. Sure.
didn't ask you about this. So anyway, I'm Brian and Grant's flower girl, and I land in Maine, and I haven't written anything, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to say anything, because it wasn't mandatory, you know? Mm-hmm. But I was like, but I'm in the wedding, you know, so maybe I should. Because
then the pressure's really on.
other people are going. And my friend Sadie was like, well, why don't you write something in the car ride over, you know, in the Uber over. We have about a 40-minute Uber to get to the camp when we land. And I was like, I don't know. I want to be present and like look out the window, and I don't want to get motion sickness. I was very like, ugh about it. I don't know why. I think I always am when I feel like I have to do something. And anyway, so Sadie was officiating, and I think, I don't know, we just got to talking about it like 20 minutes into the ride, and then stuff started coming to my head, and I opened up my notes in my phone and I started writing stuff down, and then I started running stuff by her because I was like, is this mean to say in front of someone's mom or whatever?
It's a fine line. when it
Yeah.
comes to
And
a
so
roast. Yeah.
I write like a couple things down in my notes. It's probably like 30 seconds to a minute or whatever. So then, you guys would love this too. After the roast and toast, everyone watched Hocus Pocus, and like they had hot chocolate and stuff. It was so cool. Anyways, so we're outside, roast and toast, sign up on the clipboard. I'm like the 10th person on there. And I go up, and Brian's a writer, a comedy writer in LA. So a lot of people that were at this wedding were creatives, you know, people that are funny or work in that industry. And it was so funny. Like this one guy, Jack, went up and he was like, raise your hand if you're from Maine. And no one raised their hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, what about the grooms? Neither of them raised their hand. And he's like, then why the fuck are we here?
That's so good.
It was just like a roar of laughter. Like
That
it was
is so
so
good.
much fun. So then I go up and I basically start reading off. Like what I had in my phone. And I fucking crushed it, guys. Like, people were laughing so hard.
What did you say?
So hard to the point where I was like, well, a lot of the jokes are like, they're roasts. So it's kind of like you have to know Brian and Grant to laugh at them. I don't know. I could read it to you guys, but it's probably irrelevant. Anyways, but everything I was saying, people were like laughing so hard. And I was like, and I went up, you know, you guys know me. I'm always like, I always have to prep way ahead of time and everything. And I had written this like in the car. And I even wrote a joke on the way up to the stage because Grant's aunt made a joke about how his mom was like doing her hair and makeup before going into labor. And Grant's like so perfect. He's so handsome and amazing. So I was like, I wrote in a joke about how like, if that's what comes out, like I'm definitely getting my glam done, before I go into labor and stuff. And so anyways, people like were coming up to me after and they're like, so like, are you a stand-up comedian?
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I was like, no, I'm a TV host. So like, I perform, but I've never done that before. Like I've never had an opportunity to like roast people before. So apparently I'm good at roasting people. And it was just amazingly funny to discover that people thought I was funny.
Wow. Should we do a roast on here?
We should do, oh my God, should our next podcast be a
Should we
roast
do
of the
a
three of
roast?
us?
Oh my God, no. I think it's different if you're in front of a crowd making fun of somebody than making somebody like so intimately.
That's so true.
Yeah,
well, technically,
because there's
we're
no
in front
roar of the crowd. It's just us going, ha, that's true.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
there's no laugh.
Yeah.
No, we should do, what we should do? Oh my God, Ashley, you should do that at Audrey's.
Like a roast of
Of who?
Of
I think we
anyone,
should
of
just-
like local people there.
Couldn't that just be like a stand-up comedy night?
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Which
that's
we
what
do
it
want to do. We do want to
is.
do.
We could do it. I don't get it. Roast and toast there.
that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah, whenever we do it live, that could be funny.
Wait, people could
Wait, it
come
would have
up
to
and
be
roast
only
us.
I don't get it fans.
I would love for someone to roast us.
Oh my gosh, yes, let's do that.
The pressure's off.
You could either roast or toast. You could say how
Yeah.
much you
Okay,
love the
that's cute.
podcast, or you could be like, Naz never
That's
shuts the
very
fuck up.
fun. Yes, I like
Ashley
that.
doesn't stop interrupting and saying, okay. So just go, okay. So
Wait, I wanted to. So
I want to go back to the camp.
Yeah,
Now,
the camp.
hold on. Did they have like memorabilia from the Disney Channel show?
I didn't see anything aside from there was a lot of penises drawn in the cabin, but it was pretty skeleton. Like it's just like 3 beds and like, it's very skeleton. Like there wasn't anything. So no,
There's still kids camp going on during the summers?
I don't know. I never asked. I'm
that
assuming
would be
yes,
like,
right?
Yeah, I would assume yes. Like, how are they keeping up with this camp?
But it's not
thing,
summer anymore, so no one was there.
Right. I bet the people still go there.
Yeah.
It's classic camp.
Classic camp.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to sleepaway camp? I feel like I've asked this before.
No. Yeah. Remember, I'm adamantly against it because, like, my mommy.
Oh yeah.
Because
gotta
I
be
have
a-
a mom.
Because I gotta be my mommy.
I wish I went to sleepaway
You were
camp.
a counselor.
I was camp counselor. Wait,
Camp counselor.
Lauren, how was your second speech? Were you nervous for that one?
Wait,
Ashley and I
before
did
we
it
wait, I
together.
don't want to move on from that wedding real quick.
Oh, you
I
did
just want to tell you how I came across the fact that the wedding was at Camp Wasiata. Because I don't know how, like on Instagram you like click.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to see what his husband looks like.
Yeah.
So I clicked on his husband and I was like, or I looked at him. I don't know what it was. And then I saw a reel like at the top, a highlight, and it was like Camp Wasiata. And I was like, that
does
can't
that
be.
sound
I was like, was the wedding really was it at a camp that like, it couldn't have been the Bug Juice camp?
Yeah.
And then I looked at it and I was like, Wasiata. And
Good
I typed it
detective
into
work.
Google.
Yeah, this
And
is
then I was
great.
like, oh my gosh. Wow, that's hilarious.
Was your outfit kind of flower girl like or not?
Yeah, so I wore this. You would have loved it. So I wore this blue short dress with a bow on the back and my
Oh, very
Doc
cute.
Martens.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, that's so
Isn't that
cute.
cool?
That's so cute.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah, which reminds me, I need to sell every dress I've worn to every wedding this
Right.
year
I
because
know.
I'm like, oh, when am I wearing this again? I would like
Just put-
all my money back.
Post it on your feed.
Do you think I should post it on Instagram?
Yeah. I was about to post like 3 outfits because I was like, I spend too much on these and I'm kind of over them. Although they're still cute, I just wouldn't choose to put them on my body again.
I
So I was
want
just
to
gonna
wear my
post it.
bridesmaid's dress again. I need to find somewhere else to
the
wear that
Mora one?
amazing
You guys look
bridesmaid's
so
dress.
pretty in those. They didn't even look like. Wait, quick question: are you gonna just put it on Poshmark and then link it, or just post it
Yeah,
yourself?
I think I'll put it on Poshmark and link
Okay.
it. Or I could be like, or just message me. Like, I don't give a fuck where it sells.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I should do that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it might be easier. You know,
Just,
I got
like, Venmo
kicked
me
off
and I'll send it
Poshmark.
to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so true.
Did you
Yeah.
know that you can get kicked off Poshmark so easy?
Wait, you
Yeah.
can get kicked off Poshmark?
By,
Yeah,
like,
I was
putting your
suspended.
Instagram or something.
No.
No, what? How?
No, it's because I didn't send the item within like 4 days of it selling.
That sounds like such an Ashley I thing.
Well, I didn't have time. I had a 4-month-old, and the post office was, I don't even know if he was 4 months. The post office in my old town was 20 minutes away. So I was like, nope. No. I'll do this when I get a chance.
That's what I'm saying. When people buy stuff, it's like normally because they need it like within the week or 2 weeks, I feel like.
Oh, well, whoops.
Okay, wait. Tell me about the speech
Postmark's
you
not
made
for me.
together.
We made a speech together. We wrote it the night before, and it was good. I was like so tired. Ashley basically wrote it, but
we got lots of compliments.
I okayed everything, and we got lots of compliments.
Lauren goes, Ashley wrote it. I okayed everything.
I okayed it. Well, she would like write it, and she was like, "Is that stupid?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's stupid." And she like write it, I'm like, "That's good." You know?
Wait, Ashley, you wrote it?
You know how I am.
Yeah.
You know how I am.
No, you're a really good writer.
I go have
She's a great writer. Yeah.
And then Lauren's like scrolling on TikTok, and I'm like, she's like, "What do you got?" I'm like,
What do you got?
I always imagine myself being like Bruce Almighty at the keyboard.
Yes.
Any Jim Carrey reference.
Yes to all.
Yes. I can't wait for you guys to make a speech at mine.
Oh God, I thought it was over. I thought it was over.
Nope.
I told Lauren, I was like, "Are you done?" And no, it would be you and Lizzie. It would be the last ones for Lauren.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll have Ashley write it.
Can we do a joint one at yours?
Yeah,
because
that's what I said.
it's like a very similar friendship where it's just
yeah.
like we're very
No, you guys have to go
Equally
separate.
close.
Sorry.
Yeah.
separate.
It's going to be
Anyways,
a roast
it was-
and toast.
It was really good. Everyone really liked it. We had lots of prep, and like it sounded really like we prepped and everything.
An older gentleman, one of the dads, came up afterwards and he goes, "You guys are funny. Funny ladies."
He's like, "I know funny, and you guys are
That's
funny."
what I mean.
And I was like,
This is what happened to me. And isn't that the ultimate validation? Like, you
Yes,
feel so
yes.
good because when else in life, it's not like either any of us get on a stage and
I
talk.
know.
I mean, I do for work, but like, no,
Yeah,
there's no audience. You know?
What do you mean?
Right.
You're on a stage,
But there's
all
no
the time.
audience. It's a camera.
Yeah.
It's equipment.
Direct
yeah,
feedback.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Dawson, you look so cute.
Guys, I wish you could see Dawson right now. He
looks amazing.
absolutely amazing, and he's talking.
He's pretty amazing, guys. Like,
Well-
what is this face?
Wait, Lauren, why'd you come back if you were like feeling good in drunkies? Oh, for the podcast.
Because we have a podcast.
Would you have stayed out if we didn't?
No, I was done. I had the most delicious croissant donut with like
Cronut?
light, fluffy filling. Oh my God, it was so
When was the
good.
last time anybody had a cronut?
It was a cronut, but the best
that was
cronut
so
ever.
2016.
Wow, that is so. I told Ashley because I was so sad. I was in Portland, Maine, and I couldn't see Jared and Ashley because if I flew out of Boston, I would have definitely come.
Yeah.
But I went to this. My friend Rebecca recommended this place called Tandem, and her husband drove me there because they were getting biscuits there. It was the best biscuit I've ever had in my
amazing.
entire life. They have like
it looked good. Yes.
cream cheese and pepper jelly biscuits. And just like
butter,
loaded
like, honestly, you
butter
just need
and
a little
jam.
bit of butter.
Oh,
That sounds amazing.
LA isn't a biscuit city. There's no biscuit places here.
No,
There's
it's
not.
way too unhealthy to
Yeah.
be a thing in LA.
What do you mean? There's croissants and donuts here.
Yeah, but the
croissants on
donuts
another
are like
level.
faux nuts, you know?
You guys think biscuits are more unhealthy than donuts are?
I agree. I think yes.
Really?
Well, I think that like with donuts, at least they're like, they're like a dessert, but a biscuit like tries to be a food.
That's true. That's true.
well,
that's
what do
true.
you mean? Like it could be, it can't be a meal, but well, I guess it is kind of a
It
breakfast
can
meal.
be, or it's like a side dish.
No, it could. Well, at Tandem's case, it's a breakfast meal.
Like fried chicken and biscuits is like a full blown
Yeah,
meal. But like a
biscuits and
donut you're gonna have for
gravy.
dessert. Ice cream, dessert, donut. Did I already say donut? Yeah, donut, dessert. So
There should be a biscuit place in LA. That would make me so happy.
I don't know if you guys have been seeing Naz's hair in her Insta stories, but it's looking pretty full and pretty delightful. I'm very proud every time I see it.
Thank you so much, Lauren. I do have extensions, but my natural hair is growing so long that it's almost as long as my extensions.
Look at that fast growth.
I know, which is honestly the reason why I got my extensions in the first place. And it's growing all thanks to Nutrafol. I love Nutrafol. I take 2 tablets in the morning, 2 at night. It's super easy to remember. And it literally helps your hair grow thicker, fuller, so that you have healthier hair. Millions of Americans are experiencing thinning hair. It's very common. It's very normal, actually. But it's not really openly talked about. Like, people don't want to be like, hey, guess what?
Yeah, I
don't have any hair.
And also, as like a woman, to have like a thinning like scalp, like to see your scalp through your hair, it's like really depressing. And I see it all the time. And I always recommend Nutrafol because it will make like the hair from your scalp really thicker. It'll make your existing hair grow longer, but also develop more hair at your root, which is key to feeling like beautiful and feminine and all that stuff. So I always suggest Nutrafol, and it's 100% drug-free. So we love that. And you can also take the Nutrafol hair wellness quiz for a customized product recommendation.
You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and using promo code GETIT, GETIT, to save $15 off your first month's subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's available to U.S. customers for a limited time, plus free shipping on every order. You get $15 off at Nutrafol.com. That is spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code GETIT for hair as strong as you are. As we always do need to have a food segment, Lauren and I didn't talk about the food in Italy at all when we divided up. Lauren, did you have any memorable meals in Lake Como or in Rome?
Yeah, I think Rome was our best food, but I will say y'all are such kudos for like thinking you don't bloat with Italian food.
I will say this time I bloated like crazy.
Really?
Yeah. And I farted like a maniac.
Ew,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, like I was more bloated than I've ever been in my life. And it's just because I just ate so much cheese. Like I'm still, yes, it's not processed cheese, but I'm still eating cheese all day long.
Yeah, it's still milk, yeah.
So
wow,
I was
that
very
sucks.
bloated. Yeah.
I don't know if it was because where we were last time, because maybe Jared and I weren't eating a lot of cheese-based stuff, because in Amalfi especially, we were eating like lots of like olive oil and like tomato.
Yeah, I feel like it's more the
that.
pasta there doesn't bloat as much as it does here.
Yeah, I don't know, Lauren. I don't know. I agree with you. This time it felt like I was leaving an American restaurant after eating.
Yeah,
Damn.
I don't know, maybe we're just overindulging. But
Maybe. I don't. I mean, gelato looks beautiful in the case, but I don't know that it tastes much better than like American ice cream.
I think it does.
Like,
I think
richer.
it does.
Yeah,
I think it does.
100%.
I'm not an ice cream person, guys, but you know what?
That's
I brought
weird.
back this week.
That's weird.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not an ice cream person.
But what I did notice in Italy, and I said this while I was in Italy, was that you are allowed to get gelato alone.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you don't
know,
need
we had
friends
that
to go get ice
conversation.
cream.
Oh, like you can get to... Wait, gelato
Like,
you can get alone
That's
here
their
too.
frozen yogurt. That's their frozen yogurt. We're basically.
But you get gelato here alone too. That's definitely part of the theory.
Where the hell do you just go get a cup of gelato?
There's
around here?
gelaterias in LA.
Gelateria.
That's like a taqueria.
There's one in Silver Lake.
Gelateria.
Is that the proper term
I
for
think
it?
Trying
so.
to be.
I don't know why you guys are laughing. It's a thing. Let's see.
Gelateria. I gotta type this in.
Gelateria. Or maybe that's...
I mean, I believe you. Gelateria. Oh my God, there it is. Gelateria near me.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I saw so many people alone, pure Italians, just eating gelato on their normal commute. And I was like, that's so awesome.
Now, you know what I did bring back this week as far as ice cream goes?
What?
The good old ice cream sandwich. See, I'm not, I don't care about ice cream. The ice cream sandwich with that bread, that chocolate bread thing, so good, so nostalgic in my
I'm
mouth.
shocked because you love cookies that you wouldn't prefer an ice cream sandwich with cookies over that kind of.
Oh, like a Chipwich?
The one you just mentioned repulses me.
Oh, really?
Yes, that chocolate, whatever they want to call, that's actually paper It's like, and it sticks to the inside top of your teeth. Not even just the outside of your teeth. It's the inside back top where I'm like what is this plastic material?
Oh my God, I forgot they had it at school lunches.
Yeah.
A Chipwich is a little bit too intense for me. It's like a lot.
Can I just share with everyone a McDonald's menu hack that I love?
Yes.
Yeah,
Please
but I was just going to forget McDonald's too, because I was going to say if I was going to have a Chipwich, I'd rather have a Big Mac.
Well, we have to talk about
a Chipwich is like 1,000 calories.
Well, I always rather have dessert. But if you go to McDonald's, order first of all, their chocolate chip cookies are supreme. Supreme. They're so underrated. They're better than Mrs. Fields.
They're soft. They're so chocolate.
They are not better than Mrs.
Yes,
Fields.
they
They're
are.
not better than
Yes,
Mrs. Fields.
they
No, they're
are.
not. You just have like this like loyalty, undying
No,
loyalty
I would
towards
not. I
McDonald's.
only give credit where credit's due. You know this. I'm not over exaggerating. The circumference of the cookie at McDonald's is the perfect like crunchy thickness, and the middle is squishy.
You need 2.
You do need 2.
3,
They're thin.
you're like, yeah.
Anyways, order 2 of them, and then order an Oreo McFlurry, and then put
an Oreo McFlurry.
Yes.
Since when?
I'm giving you my menu hack.
Okay. You're gonna put them together. I get it.
Pay attention, Ashley.
Okay.
So you take the Oreo McFlurry and you spread it on one of the cookies, and then you put the other cookie on top, and you have the most incredible ice cream cookie sandwich from McDonald's.
That sounds amazing.
Pretty good. It does sound pretty good.
So effing
Fuck,
good.
Naz.
Yes.
That sounds good.
That is
Good
like
job.
martini
Naz.
drunk dessert. You have to go.
I'm
get
about
it.
to go.
Yeah. And you could do
No,
it with the
what
M&M one too, obviously, which is like a classic, ice cream sandwich. But
We're going to do that tonight.
it's fire.
What about insomnia cookies? Like, let's bring another into the
I just had crumble cookies for the first time. Have you guys had crumble cookies?
No, where's
It's
that
like
at?
Nationwide, people are going crazy over crumble cookies.
Crazy over crumble cookies.
Crazy over here. I don't know if you guys don't know, and then I'm not going to talk about it.
No, talk about it. Why is it so good?
They have like different toppings, and they're huge, and they're like a bigger version of insomnia cookies, but you can get like apple pie cookies, and there's so much frosting on it, and you can have like Oreo and all that. It's really good.
Apple pie cookie sounds good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Damn.
But what about insomnia cookies?
Okay, so insomnia, when I first heard of it, was obviously
It's a college town
NYC.
cookie.
Oh, I first heard of it walking
really?
around New York. They had
Because they also have them by the Comedy Cellar.
the Comedy Cellar. I didn't know they had them in LA. I first had it in New York. Everyone was talking about it. It was late at night. I was walking the city like Carrie Bradshaw, and I was like, I want a cookie. And I had it, and it was like, whatever. I was like, ew, I'm not having this cookie again. Fast forward to, was it 2020? I was high with my friend at my house, and they were on Postmates. And I was like, oh, they're in LA. And I was like, I don't know if I like this cookie. She's like, no, it's so good. You have to get the box. So we Postmated a box. So it came with like, I want to say 6 or more, maybe. It was unbelievable. So I don't know. The first time I had it, I had a bad experience. What?
I think you need like milk with it and like really not walk around with it, but like savor it. It's really good.
I was high, so
That's
it was so
probably
good.
what it is. Yeah.
So you never had one at college? I feel like every college town has a insomnia
I don't think
cookies.
Orlando
I feel like that's
did
why they
when I
call
went.
it insomnia cookies.
How? Wow, I didn't even know they were around that long. I feel like I discovered them like 6 years ago. Not even.
I did a package on them when I was
Really? When you were doing
college.
broadcast journalism?
Yeah, and
like insomnia
they were
cookies. Are they delicious? We'll find out at 11.
They were pretty much like a very like they're an upstart for sure. They were like baking out of like some like rented kitchen at the time. I guess that you could like you could franchise them a little bit and whatever.
Yum. If you guys could franchise anything, what would you franchise?
Oh shit, dude.
Oh, that's a great question.
Shit, dude.
Where are the franchise
We'll get right
queens?
back to you. We'll get back to you on that answer right after this break.
Right after this break. At 11.
It's time for us to talk about Thrive Cosmetics.
Oh, I love that little jingle.
Thanks. I kind of like that too. So we love them because they have high performance beauty and skincare products that are made with clean, skin loving ingredients. That means there's no parabens, sulfates, other bad yucky things. It's 100% vegan and cruelty free. And there's a reason, but why they use the spelling cosmetics, not like stereotypically COS. It's cause, like to do something for a good cause. That's because every purchase supports organizations that help communities thrive, specifically women.
I have to just literally gag over all their products, specifically the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. If you guys haven't heard about this, it has over 20,000 5-star reviews. It's a vegan mascara, by the way, and this is one of the best mascaras ever. I don't know what it is. It's just the way the brush is built, but it spreads your lashes out so thin. It makes them so long that literally, if you use this mascara, people will ask you, like, what have you been using on your eyelashes to make them grow? I'm also obsessed and have been applying this entire podcast, the Sheer Strength Hydrating Lip Tint.
The whole podcast,
Yeah,
you've been
look.
applying that? I remember at the beginning you were applying it.
Yes, look.
It looks great.
So good. I love the tint, the Cara tint or the Cara tint, Kara. It's so beautiful. It glides on so smoothly. And I feel like any hydrating lip, anything you put on your lips should have a little bit of a tint to it. It just feels a little more intentional and purposeful. I love that it's balmy. I love that it's not sticky. I hate chapstick that is sticky.
It's not sticky.
It's the worst.
I'm putting it on right now.
This one is the best because it makes your lips visibly softer and smoother. And they have 6 different shades. Again, I use the Cara, and I love it.
And Lauren is obsessed with the eye brightener because Lauren's constantly complaining about her like under eye circles and all that stuff. I'm like, Lauren, get a life. You're fine. You're beautiful. But whatever. Tell them about how that enhances your life.
Tell them about.
Okay, it enhances my life because I don't feel insecure about my dark circles because it brightens everything. Says the woman who doesn't have any dark circles.
I sounded like Kendall. That was like such a Kendall thing. It's like, you're beautiful.
Yeah, it's like, you're beautiful. Don't worry about it. I don't have dark under eyes, so you don't have dark under eyes. It brightens everything. It has like a nice little glow. You can put it in the corner of your eye. You could put it under your eyes, and it kind of just reflects all of those dark pigments. So yeah, very nice. And I also love the Cara. I think that the Cara lip gloss, it just adds a little bit of pink and makes you look alive.
We also have to mention their mission, which is bigger than beauty. So for every product purchased, Thrive Cosmetics donates to help communities thrive. They actually have over 300 giving partners across the country supporting numerous causes. It's honestly so beautiful. And right now is a great time to try Thrive Cosmetics for yourself. So right now you can get 15% off your first order when you visit thrivecosmetics.com/get it. That's Thrive Cosmetics. Cosmetics is spelled CAUSEMETICS.com/get it for 15% off your first order.
All right, so my I don't get it this week is, well, my first one is toothpaste commercials. And every time there's a toothpaste commercial or a toothbrush commercial, there's never any toothpaste on the toothbrush.
I love your I don't get it so much.
There's never suds or goop or anything.
I don't know if I'm Googling this right now.
There's just a girl brushing her teeth, smiling, and like showing how white her teeth already are. There's no, like when you're brushing your teeth, that foam is falling out of your mouth.
Let me see. Crest commercial. Commercial 2022.
Sure. Okay. You're not going to find one.
Crest 3D. Crest Mother's Day. Let's see what
There's
they ran
never
for Mother's Day.
Toothpaste in toothpaste commercials.
Yeah, no, they don't have it.
Yeah. See?
Whoa. What
it's because it looks gross. Like it looks gross foaming out of your mouth, but like.
But they put it on the toothbrush, right?
They put it on the toothbrush, and then once they go to brush their teeth, they're just smiling and just simply putting
like with water. Yeah.
With water on their teeth. I'm having the best time.
It's so true. Why do they do that?
Because it looks gross, I guess.
That's like showing a car wash with no soap in it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's my I don't get it.
That's a great I don't get it, Lauren.
Thank you. And no one can compete with that.
Compete with that.
Hey. Okay. Yeah, so that was my toothpaste one. And I have another I don't get it.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear
Yay.
it. Damn, Lauren, you're on a roll.
Stop it.
You're like butter. You're on a roll.
This one's not so fun, but like...
That's what you always say. They're always fun.
So I was watching that Real Love Boat show.
Yeah.
And,
Wait, can you explain? I have not seen the show.
The Real Love Boat is basically any normal dating show, but on a cruise ship. So it's right up our alley.
Yeah. That's where your first romances are sparked.
Yes.
It was out on the sea.
Yes. So there was, it was the first day, and all the girls were meeting the guys, and then this one girl said the infamous line of, "I'm just so independent that it threatens men." And you hear that fucking phrase all the time, but I never really think about it. And I really thought about it when I heard it. I was like, this is some utter horseshit. By a woman being independent is in no way turning a man off. And if it is turning a man off, that man is Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay? he is a sociopath if he wants you to be relying on him for money and attention and time and all that stuff. Like, any normal man should find you being independent to be very attractive. You're not pushing men away by being independent and having a fucking job. Okay.
100%. I don't think she meant that though. So I think she used the wrong word. Don't you feel like she means like so
financially
good that
like
I don't
maybe
need,
above him?
Yeah. Or so okay on my own that I don't like need a man.
That's like different. She like
she
I
shouldn't
understand,
have used independent, but don't you feel like people use independent actually meaning that?
like she doesn't need a man, therefore the men feels useless. I kind of understand that, but by women being, I'm so independent, it's so threatening. It's like, it's not threatening. If you're a successful woman, it should be a huge turn on. It's not.
But that's how I feel. But then people say it can be intimidating.
People are just genuinely saying that to women to make themselves feel better since they haven't found someone yet.
Yeah.
I think.
I could see
They're like,
I could see part of that.
It's like the
being
whole,
valid.
he's just not that into you.
Yeah.
He's not threatened by your success. He thinks it's cool. He thinks it's sexy. A normal, good man that you want would think it's cool and sexy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the weird guys that are super, I don't know.
Well,
maybe
I think if a guy
money
was
success.
I think if a guy was insecure, right, about where they are in life, like, you know how and anyone can feel this way, not just a guy, but if someone's like, a lot of people have certain parameters or certain things that they want to hit before they start dating or finding the one, which I don't think is the right approach. But a lot of people are like, when I have a house, when I have this much money, then I'll settle down or whatever. We've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
And so if there was a man maybe that thought like that and that hadn't reached something, one could argue that he could find a woman that was like independent and successful and on her own. I don't know.
Right,
Maybe
like,
not a match for him, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess if he's not in a space that like he's confident in, then it could be like annoying to date someone like that. But anyone who's like successful in their own right and confident should find an independent woman to be hot and cool.
That's exactly. Like, you shouldn't change who you
she's
are.
like, oh, it's so threatening to these men. I'm like, ooh, then like, what are you dating?
It's threatening to the men you're maybe attracted to or that you're
or
dating.
Maybe she's just trying to make herself feel better by saying that's the reason.
That's what I said. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was getting at. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Just
I also feel like, remember when we had Jake on the podcast, like so many women these days, myself included, operate in this hyper masculine energy, which is very boss mode, is very I don't want to use the word independent because I feel like it doesn't fit here.
I feel like it's different. Like being independent is totally different.
Great. Yeah. I mean, all of this is great, but I think some women get in such work mode, I'll call it, I think. That your masculine's up so much, that there isn't room for a guy to come in and hold space.
Yes. Yeah,
does that make sense? I feel like that's what she means.
I think that may be what she means, but I'm thinking like if you're generally taking the word independent and thinking like you can pay your own bills and go to work, like
word.
that's not. Yeah, it's not a good word.
Yeah, because being independent's amazing.
Exactly.
Being mauled by an 8-month-old.
I know.
Yeah, Ashley
just
is
talk away.
He just wants to eat her face. It's so funny.
Cute. I love it.
What are you doing, bud?
Do you guys feel like when you get in relationships, I hear this all the time. Actually,
He's having the time of his life, though.
do you guys feel
Yeah, he thinks it's so funny. He's laughing.
it's hilarious? Do you guys feel like it's easy to slip into codependency when you're in a relationship?
For sure. I have so much to say about this.
Okay.
Ashley just perked up.
So when we were in Italy, it was like a string of events, coming off of a string of events in America, where I guess like I assume a lot of things. I don't know for a fact. And I'll be like, well, I think I would
You
think.
do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait, but explain what you mean by that exactly.
Why? Like I think it's pretty self.
I don't get what you
Like
mean.
she
When
is
you
like
assume things. Like you assume,
like she would assume the mall
travel
opens
things
at
are gonna go a
9. You would
certain way.
assume that.
Well, okay. So for example, we stayed at an abbey in like outside Rieti.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I plugged in the address, I saw that, the address was bringing us to an abbey outside Rieti. And then Jared was like, is that, like, look it up. Like, is that the picture? Does it match? Blah, 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 blah. Like, don't assume this. That's what I mean. Like, Jared wants, like, confirmed facts and not to go by, like, an assumption.
Yeah, you assume that things started at a certain time without double checking or looking.
Yeah, like during the wedding week,
yes.
I was like, I think it's at 5. And then I'll be like,
I think
it's
the
at 5.
breakfast ends at noon. And you're
Wait,
like,
yes, Ashley, this is literally your personality.
This is your
How do
personality,
you
yes.
operate in the world in this way?
she's late a lot.
Are you just always late and missing everything?
I've never missed anything.
But you're just late
Except for
and
breakfast at
forget?
hotels.
Except for breakfast at hotels. So yeah, I told Jared what? I told
for
Jared it
breakfast
ended at 10:30 and it ended at 10.
Yeah.
And he got like annoyed.
Yeah, because he was like waiting on that breakfast.
That would drive
Well,
me.
he got up in time. That's the thing. He got up in
insane.
time. He just had to rush a little bit.
We just had to rush a little bit. That's like, why would you want to
Just
live
a
life
little
like
bit.
that when you could just look at an email and read it? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I was referencing that schedule all weekend, and now she's like, I think it's done at 11. It's like, no, I literally just saw that. Yeah.
Okay. See, this is the roast of Ashley.
The roast of Ashley.
And then there'd be like, I don't know. He was just like complaining about like either me navigating, we'd be using the GPS, or me saying, or like, I don't know, like me renting the car, figuring out my way around the airport, and like he was putting it on me, and then like everything I was doing was wrong. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna think anymore.
Yeah.
This is what happens to ladies. This is what happens to moms, okay? Like I'm using my mom and his mom as a reference point here. So I'm sorry if your mom's not like this, or you don't find yourself doing this when you're married with a kid, all the power to you. But like with him being all like, you're not doing that right, you're not doing that right.
like,
When
then
it
I'm not gonna
comes
do
to like logistical work, I'm like, you know what? Then I'm just not going to think. I'm going to hold your hand and you'll walk me through the airport.
Yes.
And this is how women get dependent on their husbands.
Yep. Lazy brains.
Oh, okay.
Because-
I thought you were going to say, I thought there was more. I thought you were going to say, I thought,
Where did you think I was going with this?
I assumed you were going to say that Jared tried to get around on his own and it went horribly. I thought that's where that was going.
No, it was just going to the dependency. And yes, I can see myself becoming dependent on him because literally he's just like, okay, I'm taking charge.
Yeah.
I'm like, fine, if you take charge, then I'll just sit here. I'll scroll. I'll look
God,
outside. I'll listen to a
literally
podcast.
I am dying for that to enter my life. I have to make every decision ever for everything always.
I still have to make a lot of decisions, especially when it comes to mealtime. Like, Jared, what do you want? What do you want? And it's like, Jared, I'm going to the grocery store for the next few days. What would you want for dinner?
That's annoying because then you have to wait on someone else actually to make a decision.
Yeah.
That would actually drive me even crazier.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like I'm like, okay, he says I'll have anything. I'm fine with anything. And I'm like, no, because then when I suggest something, you're like, no. Like when I suggest like making something that we have, it's like, no. I'm like, okay. But yeah, Lauren, Jared would starve without me. Like he would, because he doesn't think about what he wants to eat until.
So late at night, he's going to grab an apple and go to bed.
Wow.
1,000%. Yeah.
Wow.
Because he's a man.
Lauren, do you feel that way with Hunter?
Well, what about Hunter? Yeah. Like, does he make you feel codependent?
I can totally do it without him. Like, I'm not codependent. Like, I would be happy to do it, but like...
I could do it without him, too. Yeah, you know, I'm very capable.
When it comes to traveling, I guess he is the head honcho, kind of. But I still try to be like, no, our gate's this way. And I looked up at boarding time. Like, I still try and keep up. I'm not quite lazy brains quite yet. But sometimes if I do mess up, he always goes, stick with me, babe. I'll take care of you. Stick with me, babe.
God.
Stick with me.
That would
and I'm
annoy
like,
me.
damn. And I was like, I can do it. Like, I would have made it without you. It's just like, yeah, I messed up maybe like one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I also know why I'm bad with this stuff sometimes, guys. It's my left brain faultiness. Like the fact that I don't have a connection between my left brain and my left brain and my right brain.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like logistical conversation, it's very difficult for me to verbalize.
Wait, how did I not know this about you?
I feel like I've totally talked before about how like my just like my left brain does not function.
She spews out random numbers, just hoping they're what they are. Like she's like, oh, our flight leaves at 5:50. She'll be like, our flight leaves at like 3:43. It's like just anything that comes to her mind, she says.
Wait, but actually, is that a real thing that they don't connect, or you're just diagnosing yourself?
No, I diagnose myself, and of course they connect. I wouldn't be a functioning human being if they weren't connecting. No, I'm just saying that there's like I feel like my communication between my left brain and my right brain, there is a connection in there that I don't think it's as. I don't think that's my strong suit.
I can't computate numbers, and the worst is when I have to do time zones.
Oh, yeah.
We all know that you're bad at time zones. It's like every week, guys, when we come up with the podcast time, she like needs us to interpret what the time time changes. It's like, Ness, we are 3 hours earlier than you just as we have been for the past 5 years.
The roast of Ness. But I'll write it out. Like I always write out Pacific and Eastern time because I feel like it's very easy to get confused in conversation when talking about time zones. As long as you say like
Pacific or Eastern afterwards, like we can translate it.
Yeah, if you were to say like we're doing it 11 Pacific, it's like don't worry, Lauren and I know.
No, I know you know. Yeah. I need people to do it for me because I don't have the time and energy to like do the math all the time. I hate it. It's so belaboring for me.
It is very confusing, especially when you go like 6 hours, more than like 3 hours.
God
like,
damn.
Wait, what the fuck?
Okay, this is not a dig at you, but we could pretend it is part of the roast. So when people do this, because it's my other podcast too, when we schedule that and they don't tell me whether it's PT or EST, I feel, this is my interpretation of it, that it's self-centered when people just say, okay, 11 o'clock, and it's like, it's 11 o'clock your time. You know what I mean?
Like,
it's like,
because that, like designation of Pacific or
like
Eastern?
You mean like if you and I were talking and I was like, okay, let's do it at 3. And you were like, okay, 3 your time or my time?
If you simply just said, we'll do it at 3 o'clock my time.
So pretentious. That is so pretentious.
No, that makes me... No. If you say 3 o'clock my time, that sounds fine.
No, I'm saying if you just say at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me be like, oh, okay, so we're working on your time.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
It just comes out that way. It doesn't necessarily mean that.
I know. It just comes out that way, of course.
Yeah. It's like you figure out what time it is on your end.
But see what I mean, Ashley? That's exactly what I mean is I feel like it's rude if I was just, that's why I always write out both.
Oh, okay. That's nice. If you're thinking about that.
Man.
All right. Well, that's funny.
Wow.
Anything else? And I just want to say, guys,
I don't get time zones.
I'm totally cool traveling. I've always been able to like figure my way around. I've got a great sense of direction. I just am really bad with like communicating travel.
Yeah.
So
you're
what
like-
are you doing to work on that? Or are you just choosing to just be really bad at that?
I'm not sure that
Because
it's
that's
something
where I have the issue.
the roast of Ashley.
This is where I have the issue with Ashley specifically and with everyone who's like, oh yeah, that's a major character flaw of mine. And my instant thing is like, so what are you doing to make everyone else's life easier? Because I'm constantly looking in the mirror. How can I be a better person? How can I? And I feel like everyone's just like, oh yeah. No, I suck at times. Deal with it, baby. And I'm like, no, change.
No, Nats, maybe that's your perfectionism problem, you know? Because maybe I'll just accept the fact that that's the way I am. I'm embracing myself.
That's true.
It is.
That's
Listen,
true.
you're not wrong. I'm always going to
Look, I don't do dishes, and
I'm
I'm not planning on doing dishes. So
There you go.
That's
You got to
my
know who you are. I'm semi-joking, but I do think it is sometimes respectful to be cognizant of other people's time and what they... Do you know what I mean?
Right.
What their boundaries are. It's like it's okay for you to stick to yours, but at least be cognizant of like other people's, you know.
like Jared wanting breakfast and you knowing what time he will end getting breakfast.
Yes, that would be considerate of
That
me.
would be considerate of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Anyways, we love you guys.
Love you. Thanks for listening. A true ramble, if I've ever heard one.
It's quite amazing. I'm proud of us every ramble because it's just like, it's just like how a chain of conversation can move.
What do we
It's quite
call
glorious.
this one?
The chain of conversation.
chain of conversation.
No, there's so much better ones. There was an olive, a roast,
An olive to toothpaste to a roast.
olive
to,
roast.
To a roast.
Something
yeah.
about roast.
bug juice. All right.
Okay, bye.
Roasting bug juice. Bye.
Bye.
I don't get it.
Podcast.